So it's come to my attention that Just Pearly Things is jealous and lonely. So let's check that out. What's going on? It's Dex, and we're gonna check out some Just Pearly Things videos. I'm not gonna do them all in one video. I'm probably gonna space them out over a few at a time. I don't know. I guess my channel has just basically become calling out people like Just Pearly Things, Stevie Knight, Tectone. The list is gonna go on and on and on, but these are the people that I see online that are just really doing some egregious things, and they're very ignorant in how they talk, and the way they're so blatantly acting like they know everything when they really don't know anything at all, because they're just sad and pathetic. So there is a video talking about Brett Cooper. Now, if you don't know, Brett Cooper is apparently becoming Pearl's kryptonite and also her arch nemesis at the same time, because everything that she wants to say about Brett Cooper is just completely misinformation, while Brett Cooper is continuing to thrive while being married and having a child, while Pearl is sad, single, childless, and unmarried. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over this video where she's reacting to a video that Brett Cooper has done, and we're going to see just how wrong and jealous Pearl actually is. So let's take a look at it.
Can't help it. We have to eat out. We have to go to the fun restaurants. We have to party. It's like, women, do the responsible thing or the irresponsible thing. All right. What's up, guys? After giving middle of the road takes with general conservative talking points for years, Brett Cooper, nothing against her. I think she's, what the Brett? What are you doing with this top? I thought you were a mother.
Dude, Pearl's such a jealous loser. It's so obvious. You're really gonna... Oh my God. Oh, dude, this is already setting the tone. This is already giving up the ghost. You are blatantly jealous of the life that she has, and you want it for yourself, but you're too much of an arrogant asshole to get it.
Oh my God. This is so okay. That's crazy. They call me a degenerate, but they wear sluttier things than I do. All right.
Because you, for one, you couldn't pull them off. And for two, you would do it if it meant that you got more attention. Because let's just be honest, you're begging for attention at this point, because there's no other reason for you to call women out the way that you do, unless you're just sitting there trying to get approval by men. And those men don't want anything to do with you because of what you do. So you're literally running yourself in circles while digging yourself into a lonely grave.
Whatever. Okay. So she's been doing middle of the road takes for years, right? And she's definitely anti-masculinity. And she has protected women for years.
I don't even know if Brett Cooper is anti-masculinity. I think she just wants people to be equal. I think that's what Brett Cooper cares about more than anything, is just people being equal. So I don't understand where she's getting this notion. Because if she was anti-masculinity, why the hell did she marry the dude that she married?
Is never really doing any certain takes or anything that makes women look bad. But recently it's gotten so bad in society. We have OnlyFans workers out in public that the Daily Wire, the ex-employees, the trad cons are finally saying, okay, women are a big fat slut whores. So now...
Wait, what? Whoa. Hold on.
Society. We have OnlyFans workers out in public that the Daily Wire, the ex-employees, the trad cons are finally saying, okay, women are big fat slut whores.
That doesn't even make any sense. Does she realize what she's saying?
So now Brett is finding out that women are not nurturing and we're not good parents and men are better people and women don't want to be mothers.
I think just when
Dude, she's losing me. Well, I was already lost to begin with, but this is so stupid. How are you this dumb? How are you this dumb?
viral on X because it found that 75% of Americans want adults only dining. And the assumption obviously online was that, this huge percentage was all of these bitter childless people in the child free Reddit that don't want our heathens, our little crotch goblins ruining their night. But no, actually, that's not the case. It's actually parents leading the charge. And listen.
Yeah, there's so many mothers who wish they didn't have kids. You know what's so crazy? My mom used to tell me not to have kids young. I'm like, Mom, did you not enjoy having us?
I am a new.
Yeah, probably she didn't, because now, seeing what you do now, she probably incredibly regrets having you. I mean, Jesus Christ, dude. Your mother is everything that you preach against, and yet you're surprised that she didn't want you.
Mom, I have a little baby.
In all reality, adults only dining being charged by the head of the charge as being parents doesn't surprise me whatsoever, because there are places that parents want to be able to go to have like a date night or to have something like that where there are no kids, there are no nothing like that. It's just adults. And that's perfectly fine. You don't have to have your kids everywhere you go. And it's really stupid to think that just because like parents are leading the charge on adult only dining, then it automatically means that they don't want their kids. No, we want our kids. We just want to be able to have a night where we don't need to be around them. I mean, is that really too much to ask?
Would love a quiet, peaceful dinner, but obviously, in my opinion, not enough to ban children to get one. But what I think is important to talk about is that this fight isn't really about banning children versus...
Yeah, so again, she saw Instagram, like what it was like for Instagram to have a kid, and all this propaganda,
What the fuck is she saying? Like, does anybody get what she's saying? Like, does anybody get that? Like, is she making sense? Like, are you getting across a coherent thought? Because I haven't been able to catch one yet.
Kind of right-wing propaganda. She had her kid. She's not going to have more than 2. Women are lazy. She wants her career more than having a kid. The attention from the internet is way better.
Wait. So you think living the traditional way is having more than 2 children and not focusing on a career? That's where we're going. Oh Lord.
Than anything her husband or kids could give her. So
them run feral in every single environment, whether it is, a nice restaurant, an Applebee's, a club, whatever it is really about whether in our society, we still know how to share a room with other people and how to prepare your children to do just that. Now, before...
That's where Brett Cooper loses me, because that's not the point. Okay. You should not have to have your kids with you all of the time. You shouldn't. You should be able to go out and enjoy a night with each other without your kids needing to be there. I mean, it's not that complicated, dude. Most parents maybe get a date night once a month. Maybe once a month, if that. So them basically asking to have an adult only dining option to where there's no children there is basically their one moment where they don't have to be around children. So why is that such a bad thing?
Before I tell you guys what Alex and I are doing to try to prepare our family for this, before we dive into the story, I want to thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for liking and subscribing and always jumping in the comments to engage in all of these topics. I love hearing your thoughts on all of them. If you want to stay up to date on everything we're doing, make sure to subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell so you always stay up to date every time we upload a video. Alrighty, so this survey, which went viral a few weeks ago on X, is from a company called Lightspeed Commerce, and they surveyed 1,000 adults, so just keep that in mind. It's a small sample, but it's worth talking about. But they found that 75% want some form of adult-only dining, and 79% of those people are parents. 49% want kids restricted during late-night evening hours. 46% want designated adult-only sections. 46% say that romantic settings should be child-free. But here is the nuance.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
That all of these headlines skipped. Only 20% actually want fully, totally child-free restaurants. And the other half said that it really depends on the setting. So most people, even though this was not the viral thing that got everybody talking, most people are not saying we want to ban children outright. They are saying, give me the option of maybe a quiet table sometimes. And again, I'm a parent. I get it. Like, that is totally reasonable. If you are going to a steakhouse with a bunch of colleagues, men in suits, and they want to have a serious dinner at 8:30 p.m. at Bourbon Steak in Nashville, if you and your spouse are finally getting a night away from the kids, you want to have a romantic little quiet dinner, that makes sense. However, the caveat is, if you are wanting a quiet adult-only dinner and you go to Applebee's, if you want a quiet adult-only dinner, canoodle with...
This is what she never says anything of substance or to makes a taste.
Neither do you, dumbass.
That makes women look bad. I'll tell you what, women are the...
You make women look bad. The fact that you exist in this fear that you do makes women look bad. You know why? Because you're pandering to men just for the validation. That's it. I mean, really, if you looked at your background and you looked at your family and you looked at the way you grew up, you would see that, you wouldn't be doing this. Like, you listened to Andrew Tate and you listened to all of these red pillars, and then all of a sudden you think that you need to fight for men when we really don't need you to fight for us, because what you're doing and the ideology that you're preaching and pushing is really messing a lot of things up. You're screwing things up for men. You're screwing things up for women. You're screwing things up on both sides. You're not giving any real help here. And the fact that there are men out there that will sit there and clap for you and cheer for you are the guys that are completely lost and alone. So they have no other option but to listen to people like you. And the only reason why they listen to you, Pearl, is because they are that alone, that they're willing to listen to any woman that's willing to be on their side, even if it's completely wrong and stupid. So let's not sit and act like you're giving any real coherent thoughts on any of this, because you speak complete nonsense 99% of the time. But the dudes that sit there and simp over you, they only focus on the 1% where you're correct. So you can say what you want about Brett. And yes, Brett does have her faults whenever she says things. And I'm not going to sit there and act like Brett doesn't say any nonsense either, because she really does. But you are no different. You are the last person on this planet that should ever have to say anything about any other woman on a platform giving opinions about things, because you're just as bad.
Consumers. So the only people polled that matter are, what do women want? Women want to be able to be single mothers or married and still behaving like a single woman like Brett, and be able to bring their kid.
Married and behaving like a single woman like Brett. How is she doing that? Explain that, Pearl. You need to expand on that point, because that didn't make any sense. Because as far as I'm aware, you check her Instagram, you check her Twitter, you check anything that has that on her socials, she does nothing but advertise her marriage and her family. So how is she acting single? Because if she was, there would be no post about her husband. There would be no post about her kid. There'd be no post about any of that shit. She would just be looking raunchy on camera just to be able to pull men in when that's not the case. I know you were sitting there and calling that top low cut and everything like that, but really, in all reality, that outfit isn't provocative in the slightest sense. So, I mean, where are you coming at with that information? Like, you need to really expand on that point, because that's what you do. You drop all these little like tidbits, but you don't give any real reasoning behind the statements that you make, and that's why people don't question it when they really should,
if they want. And so what's going to actually happen, I would predict, is I bet there's going to be daycares at clubs. You already see them at gyms, but I wouldn't be shocked if like.
What's wrong with a daycare at a gym? Like, daycares at a club is fucking crazy. But at a gym, why is that crazy?
There's daycares at like fine dining restaurants and stuff, so Bobby could go whore and come back.
Dude, oh. What are we doing? This is JBS if I've ever seen it. And if you don't know what that is, it's jealous bitch syndrome. Like, she is extremely jealous because these women have what she craves and what she desires, but she can't get it because she's too busy running her dumb fucking mouth on the internet. Like, I can guarantee you, Pearl would probably already be married, probably would already have a kid, if she would have never have done this. But now you have isolated yourself because the men want women that are nowhere near like you, and you tell women that men don't want women that are just like you. While you're sitting there trying to date and nobody wants to date you because you are the thing that no man wants. But yeah, you're mad because Brett is married, has a kid, and is living her best life.
Which is kind of like, Brett, when she dropped off her kid and went and like saw Clavicular at the fashion show.
Oh my God, dude. What a dumb bitch. What a dumb bitch. She's never going to let go of that clavicular thing. And the fact that she thinks that she cheated on her husband by shaking a dude's hand is so fucking dumb. It's unreal. It's so fucking dumb. I hate this shit. I really hate this shit that you and the rest of these red pill fucking losers are so insecure and so fucking brain rotted that you think that because a woman shakes another man's hand, then it automatically means that they cheated or they're going to go fuck each other. Y'all need to get out of your feelings with being completely irrational and live in reality, because that's not how things operate. I mean, this is so insecure and so childish. It's unreal. Like, this is the type of shit that like middle schoolers talk about. Like, you date a girl in middle school and then she has to do a project with another guy and then they're shaking hands and they're laughing and they're talking. That would be the type of thing that a middle school boy would be like, yeah, she's cheating on me. This is what we're doing. You're supposed to be a grown-ass woman, and this is how you want to make an argument? Get real, man. This is why you're going to be alone for the rest of your life.
And you go to a brewery that serves up artisanal pizzas on a patio, you're not going to get it. Sorry, like, that is a totally different conversation. Like, that is the unreasonable version from this child-free movement. The people who think that a child should not exist in their eye line at all because of their decision not to have children. And so wanting an adults only space and wanting no children around are two completely different things, but I do want to address both of these. So I want to start with us, though, the parents, because half of this conversation, in my opinion, is a parenting problem. And we should not pretend that it is not, because there is a difference between, a kid just being a kid out in public and a kid being undisciplined. Like, obviously, a baby gets fussy, a baby cries. You might have to see a mom breastfeeding in public. So sorry. A toddler
why are
might
we
get
breastfeeding
squirmy
in public?
Wait. She really kept that in? And what do you mean, why are they breastfeeding in public? Dude, that's been a thing for forever. And it's not like they just sat there, got, tits out just for the world to see. They're covered up. I mean, but you sitting there and acting like that's something out of pocket is crazy. Dude, Brittany Venti needs to make another video. Just do it, Brittany. Because it's so obvious that she is just jealous that she is alone, and it's sad.
You better cover that.
No shit, you fucking moron. It's illegal to just have it out. Are you fucking dumb?
Not with this. I'm not with this movement that women can just whip out their boobs in public to feed their kids.
Oh my God. Dude. I need to stop just looking at these dumbass people online. It's not good for my health. This is dumb. Like, not like, maybe you misinterpreted. No, you're fucking stupid. Like, short bus shorty, fucking stupid. Like, that's where we're at here. If you just think women are just popping tits out, like out in public for the world to see, to feed a baby, you're crazy. They make clothing for public breastfeeding that covers the baby and covers the mother at the same time. So that way they can still breastfeed, but it's not being shown. If you did any little bit of research, you would know that. I mean, it's not insane. This has been happening for a long time, and yet she's acting like this shit's new. It's not new.
Ma'am, either go home or go to the bathroom. I am not with that. Call me antinatalist or whatever. I don't want to see your tits in public.
Nobody does. Well, I can't say nobody. There are people that do. But that's not how it works. You fucking moron.
and throw a crayon off the table. Like, that's just a small human being, a small human trying to figure out the world around him. But, you know, a 4-year-old doing laps around that steakhouse at 9 p.m. at night, disrupting the serious businessmen in suits that are trying to eat their filet mignons, while the mom sits back at the table scrolling on her phone or talking to her friends, totally ignoring the kid. Like, that is a totally different problem. That's not just a kid being a kid. That is you. And the fix for that is not some outright ban on kids. It's not some, city ordinance. It is better parenting, which thankfully, when this story was going viral 2 weeks ago, a lot of people brought up. The one thing that I would add to this conversation that I did not see as much was that, yes, it is better parenting, but it is also common sense. It is also situational awareness, because as a parent, in my opinion, again, my son is 9 months old, so maybe I'll change my mind on this later, but I do feel like this is common sense. But as a parent, you should be thoughtful about where you take your kids and how it is going to impact.
This is such a middle of the road take with no point.
Shut the fuck up, bro. Shut the fuck up. You make stances on shit that doesn't exist. You make stances on things that are completely fucking wrong. Shut the fuck up.
The experience, not just...
Okay, here's my point, guys. Women are whores, and we're going to whore no matter what. Make sure we're whoring for you. And also, women will whore at the expense of their kids, even the right-wing e-girls. So,
what a dumb bitch, dude. What a dumb bitch. And you're wondering why your channel's failing. You're wondering why you can't get no views. You're wondering why everybody fucking laughs at you. It's because you're fucking stupid. You're stupid as shit. I don't understand how somebody who grew up that fucking wealthy is that fucking dumb. Bitch, if I lived in a 10-bedroom household and and we had servants and everything, bitch, I could have been Elon Musk. You chose to do this. Waste your life speaking on topics you have no real knowledge on. What? I don't get it, dude. I really don't get it. I don't understand why people like Piers Morgan, why people like fucking Fresh and Fit and all these other dudes allow this fucking moron on a platform to speak her nonsense when she's deliberately fucking speaking falsities. Like, what are we doing?
People around you who are also paying customers, but also for you and your kids, because you want them happy. Because I guarantee, let's just go back to the 4-year-old doing laps around the steakhouse. I guarantee that your 4-year-old is not going to enjoy some highbrow, tiny French bistro where couples go out for romantic date night. And you should not demand that your 4-year-old son enjoys it, or that he conforms to sit in the tiny little bistro chair and behaves for the 3-hour, 6-course meal. Like, it is literally just common sense. And it is also, especially for new families, young families, it's trial and error. Like, now that Alex and I have a baby, I keep a list of restaurants in my phone. It is called my Happy Baby List. And it's all of the places that we love taking our son in Nashville. It's places with patios, specifically patios with heaters in the winter, and big tables, spots that are, already a little bit loud, somewhere where I can easily get up, take him outside, walk around, go to a quiet space if he's losing his mind. Like, again, it is trial and error. We have had to figure that out over the last 9 months. It is also.
It's really not okay. Brett Cooper is making this whole parenting thing a lot more complicated than what it needs to be. Here's the thing. Here's a real thing that I'll give you. I'll give you some advice as a parent. A parent of 3. Okay? If you can tell by looking at the inside of a restaurant what that restaurant is, you know off the bat that your children should not be there. Like, you look at a Chili's or an Applebee's, it doesn't matter. Fucking, they do Dollaritas and shit like that. Who gives a fuck if there's kids there? That place ain't fucking pushing serious cash. Well, they are, but when I'm talking about like high-end dining, it's fine. Denny's, fucking IHOP, shit like that. That's fine. Waffle House. Nobody should go to Waffle House, especially after 10 p.m. But when you have places that are like made for like a nicer setting, like certain Japanese steakhouses and certain places like that, they're not made for kids. They're not. They might say they accommodate kids, but when you look in there, you can tell just by the vibe that you get out of a place like that, that you know that like a kid shouldn't be here. We're going to disturb so many people by having this kid in here. I don't want to ruin another adult's evening because I couldn't get somebody to watch my kid. Okay, I just want to make sure before I keep going on, because this video is like 16 minutes. I don't want to keep dragging on this topic forever because Pearl sure as hell is going to. I want to see if there's anything really valid here before I continue doing this, because at this point we're really running in circles. And I really don't think Pearl's going to give any real substance to this conversation. All she's doing is talking about women bad, women bad, women bad, women are 304s, da-da-da-da-da. That's really all she's doing. And I think that it's completely ridiculous and stupid. So let me just bounce through some of this and see what's going to happen.
So just situational awareness, sitting down somewhere and going, oh, this is terrible. I'm so uncomfortable. I feel like I can't even like move around. My diaper bag is hitting somebody. Like they're already, shooting looks at me because I brought my child into here. Like maybe this is not the best place for us because it's going to annoy other people, but also it's going to make the experience stressful for you, which is then going to stress out your child and then nobody's happy. So
why don't women just stay home? You know what I mean? We can't help it. We have to eat out. We have to go to the fun restaurants. We have to party.
This is what I'm saying. Okay, not going any further. This is where we're at. We're literally running in circles. That's what we're doing. Okay, just pearly things. I'm going to tell you right now that the reason why you're alone is because you don't know when to shut your mouth. Because you speak with such certainty while also being insanely fucking dumb at the same time. I've never met somebody that's so sure about something, but is also completely fucking wrong. And that's you. It is what it is, man. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. You're never going to find somebody that's going to put up with your bullshit because of the way that you act and the way that you just think that you know anything. I mean, keep spiraling because it's making great content for me and for Watson, and Logix and everybody else. It's just gonna be a content farm at this point because we're watching your decline in real time. You went from somebody with 2 million subs getting very good views. Now you're barely able to hit 10K. You're declining. You're going down. And people see it and people understand it. Because not only are you just attacking women, now you're attacking Christianity on top of it. Which is dumb as shit because the arguments you make about Christianity are completely false and stupid too, which we're going to get into in another video. But regardless, it doesn't matter. You are just going to keep living this delusion that you're correct on everything about women, and it's just gonna prove to everybody that you are incapable of acknowledging where you're wrong and acknowledging that maybe you made some really bad choices and that's why you're going to be alone for the rest of your life. But that's all I got to say about it. Be on the lookout for the next Pearl video. It's definitely going up after this. I mean, there's so many Pearl videos I got to go over. I got to drop them all. Or they're just going to be pointless. So be on the lookout for it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Have a good day. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.